and Etsy go together like cheese and fine wine, and that's why today I want to bring you 3 tactics that you should be doing if you have an Etsy store and you're marketing on Pinterest. First things first is ensuring that you are sharing your listings from Etsy directly over to Pinterest. The only way those 2 platforms are ever going to communicate with each other is if you share those product listings directly over. Now, what do I mean by this? Yes, I want you to create tall Pinterest pins like you normally see over on Pinterest, but I also really want you to actually share your listings directly from Etsy to Pinterest. So you can see here in this example where I'm actually sharing this listing photo directly from Etsy to my Pinterest profile. I'm going to go ahead and just share it directly over. I'm not going to change anything about it. I'm going to put it on the most appropriate board. And then after that, once the 2 platforms can communicate with each other, the description that I've given it over on Etsy will map over to Pinterest. And now that leads me into tactic number 3, which is ensuring that your descriptions over on Etsy are actually really good and include all 3 SEO platforms keywords: Etsy, Google, and Pinterest. Because your Etsy listings have the ability to show up on Google, they have the ability to show up on Pinterest, and they have the ability to show up on Etsy, you should be doing SEO research on all 3 platforms. Now that's a lot of work, but most of the time your keywords are going to bleed through to all of the platforms. So what I would suggest doing is writing a really good description. Now here's an example of what this actually looks like in real time with a baby sign. This is a nursery sign that I found over on Pinterest. And they have not done a very good job of actually optimizing that description where it's mapping over. Here's an example of what I actually want you to do. So your product description on Etsy should be really beefed up and filled out. Now, once you have that product description written on Etsy, then you share those listings over to the platform, over to Pinterest, and they should map over. If you're seeing some glitches with that happening, it's definitely a talking issue between the 2 platforms. I would just continue to create Pinterest pins and share your listings over. Now, one question that I get quite often: how often should I be sharing my listings to Pinterest? Meaning, if I shared images 1 through 3 and I have 5 images total on a listing, how often should I be going back and resharing those images of that listing? You don't really need to do that, because if you are running an Etsy store like most successful Etsy store owners are doing, you're listing new products pretty regularly anyways. And in that case, you're really gonna want to make sure that you're sharing those new ones over consistently, and then you're making Pinterest pins inside of Canva for your Etsy listings. So just share your listings over as soon as you have them populated on Etsy. If you've never done that up to this point, I would encourage you to go back and actually go through all your listings and share them to Pinterest. Now, the third thing that I want you to do is actually create video content. You've seen video content of creators creating content for brands and then brands using those videos in their advertising and organic marketing. You've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. It's what's called user-generated content. Now, in your case, you may not have the ability to get UGC content. If that is the case, you can create your own. So I have a few examples laid out that I actually want to show you. I'm going to break each example down, and I have one example out of the 3 that I created for my own Etsy store that I want to show you just how easy it is to create video for your brand. Especially if you don't want to talk to the camera or have face-to-camera interaction. This is actually a really easy way to create some video pins without having to show your face. So example number 1 is a piece of jewelry. I really don't know if this is an earring or a pendant for a necklace, because the creator did not do a good job of optimizing the Pinterest pin. However, in this example, I really like how they're showing the product in the video. It's very simple. There is nothing to it. A couple of points of interest here. If I were this creator, I would write a very strategic pin title. I found this video in the depths of Pinterest. I would also write a better pin description and maybe take out some of those hashtags. The last thing I would do is add some text overlay to the video itself to give people context around what this item is. I like how she's showing the piece of jewelry in the video, but I don't really like anything else about this video. So I don't want you to focus on anything about this video other than how she's showing you the jewelry. And that's how easy it is. You don't have to show your face. All right, video example number 2 is something that pretty much anyone who's not only a content creator but also a product seller could create something like this. Even influencers are creating videos like this. So in this video, it's showing you how to style your home with indoor plants. If I were selling plant macrame hangers or pots for plants or any sort of plant decor, I could easily, with the amount of indoor plants I personally have in my own house, create video like this. So I really just want you to take a look at what's in the video and how they're showcasing the product on the wall. They may not be selling that content or selling that product in this content, but it's a very good video to actually show a behind the scenes. This is what people want to see. They don't want to see overproduced, over-edited videos. They want to see the real thing, behind the scenes. Take them on a FaceTime call with you and show them what you are trying to sell. So about anyone in any industry, from clothing to decor to makeup and fashion, could easily recreate a video like this. Now, example number 3 is a video that I actually created, and I used the same methodology that I used in a previous video on how to create video pins using Canva. I'll make sure to link it in the description down below. I will try to link it in a card, but I always fail on that front. So check the description if all else fails. In that video, I walk you through how to create Pinterest pins in Canva that you can turn into video pins. Now in this example, what I did was I took screenshots of a product. I created a main slide, so my cover slide, which is my text overlay, with a digital product in a frame. And then every frame after that, I actually changed the text at the top to talk a little bit more about the problems I'm calling out on the cover slide with my text overlay. And then on the very final slide, I have a buy now button in a big bright color. So you will actually see that in the example. And I'll link all of these Pinterest pins in the description down below so you can go and take a look at them yourself as well. But this is so easy to do. So what I'm doing is I'm using a mobile video template inside of Canva. And then I create my very first slide, which is 5 seconds, and I duplicate it and edit that one, and then duplicate it and edit it again. I think I did this 4 times total, with the buy now slide being the 4th slide, the final slide, calling them to action to go and buy the product. Then I'm linking it directly to the Etsy store listing. Now you can do this if you're on Teachers Pay Teachers, Shopify, WooCommerce, if you have a Facebook shop, it doesn't matter. You can link it to any third-party store. So I really want you to pay attention to these 3 tactics. They are very easy to implement, but some of them might take you more time than others. If you're needing more help with your Etsy strategy, you should definitely head on over and watch this video on how to create a Pinterest strategy for your Etsy store, and I will see you right over there.